Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another important and informative video on essential tips that you should know before traveling to Thailand. Whether you're a first time traveler to Thailand or a frequent traveler to Thailand, these tips will really help you in your trip. Now, being a traveler myself, I've been to Thailand over 7 times in the past few years. I'll be sharing what are the mistakes I did and what are those tips which will really help you save your time and money. Now, before we get started, as you can see on my screen, 98% of you who are regularly watching my content are non-subscribers, so kindly hit that subscribe button and support my channel. Tip number 1 I have for you in June of 2025 is travel insurance. Now, travel insurance is the most crucial document to Thailand as of now because 76,000 COVID cases are being reported in Thailand from the past few days, and daily on an average 12,000 COVID cases have been reported. So travel insurance plays a huge part in your trip, and you have to be very smart in picking the right travel insurance and also ensuring that it covers COVID-19. Now, if you pick 500k USD or 1 million USD coverage, it will cost you somewhere around 600 to 700 Indian rupees. Compare and choose whichever travel insurance suits you the best, but do carry travel insurance. It's not mandatory made by Thai government, but it's 100% for your own safety. Now, so many people ping me on Instagram and on the YouTube comments asking whether I need travel insurance to Thailand. Guys, travel insurance to any country is for your own safety, especially during this time where has been a spike of COVID cases in Thailand. It is very essential that you pick a right travel insurance to go and submit it in Thailand whenever something happens to you or your family. Travel insurance plays a huge part. I don't have any specific recommendations, guys. Choose whichever is the cheapest and whichever is the best that suits you the most. Tip number 2 I have for you is choosing the right SIM card. Now, as soon as you board the flight in India and get down in Thailand, the first thing that you need to worry about is choosing the right SIM card. Now, SIM cards play a huge role because even if you want to book taxi or even if you want to do research about your hotel or where is the bus in Bangkok or in Phuket airport, the most important thing is SIM cards. Even if you want to call back home saying you reached Thailand, you would need a SIM card. So for SIM cards, what I've done is I've made a dedicated video, guys, on SIM cards, because this video will become too lengthy if I start speaking about each and every SIM card and explaining about it is going to become too lengthy. And also check this video and click on the links in the description below to find the best SIM card. Now, this links what I've added in the description below will give you minimum 5 to 15% of discount depending upon terms and conditions. So please do check those links in description below and book your SIM card at a very discounted cost. Now, you may have an argument saying that I have Airtel SIM or Vodafone or any Indian SIM. I want to take international roaming and go to Thailand. Guys, international roaming is a bit expensive. Now, you see the cost of SIM cards in Thailand, which is ranging from 250 to 400 rupees or even 500 rupees depending upon your pack. International roaming is not really worth it in my opinion. So if you're staying for like 1 week or 1.5 weeks, might as well as go pick up a SIM card in Thailand. Watch the video, click on the links in the description below for getting discounted price. Tip number 3 I have for you is the taxi apps. Now, one thing you have to be really careful in Thailand is hiring a local taxi on the road. Now, what happens is, guys, this is a scam it's a well-known scam. I'm going to tell it to you again, guys, especially if you're a first-time traveler. If you're on the road, if you're trying to stop a taxi, what happens is, let's say you want to go from airport to your hotel in Sukhumvit 11. So the ideal cost would be around 1,500 or 2,000 baht, which I won't recommend, but just as an example, if you stop a taxi in airport, if you just stop a taxi on the road to airport or anywhere, now he's going to charge 500 baht. Now, when you get down, he's going to say, I told you 2,000 baht, I didn't tell you 500 baht. Now, you don't have any proof of what he said or what you said. So he's eventually going to call other drivers or other police and he's going to tell you that he told you 2,000 but you did not listen or you did not understand, and eventually you will end up getting scammed because you don't want to get into a situation of an argument or a fight in a foreign country. So eventually it's not right getting into a fight. So eventually what's going to happen is you're going to pay that amount and then go to your destination, which is highly not recommended. So my recommendation is these 3 apps called Grab, Bolt and Tada, TADA. So these apps work like Ola and Uber. Wherever you want to commute in Thailand, whether it's Koh Samui, Phuket, Pattaya, Bangkok, anywhere in Thailand, use these apps. These apps are available in Play Store and Apple Store. You don't have to worry whether you have an iPhone or an Android phone. These apps are available everywhere, and always book wherever you want to go from point A to point B. You want to commute internally, always choose to book through these apps so that you don't scammed at all. Scamming is a huge thing in Thailand. I've also made a dedicated video on the scams you need to avoid in Thailand. Please do check it out. But this taxi scam is very, very dangerous, and you might end up also, if you get into a fight, you might also end up facing legal issues. So please be careful of taxi apps, guys. All taxis, guys, always use taxi apps like Grab, Bolt or Tada. Use these three apps. My recommendation in Pattaya would be Bolt, but if you're in Bangkok, Grab works very well, and you can use these apps widely. You can also travel through metro if it is convenient, because Bangkok metro is very wide, but it doesn't cover most of the outskirt places like Ancient City or Erawan Museum. For that, you would definitely need to use these apps. Or when you want to go back to the airport, also for Suvarnabhumi Airport there is metro connectivity, but for Don Mang Airport there is no metro connectivity, and you might have to use one of these apps to commute back to airport. You can also take the bus, but wherever you want to commute, guys, use Grab, Bolt or Tada. Tip number 4 is the most frequent asked question to me. Do I need to carry forex card? Do credit cards work in Thailand? Guys, cash is king in Thailand. So if you are from Bangalore, drop DM me on Instagram, follow me and then ping me on Instagram. I'll tell you which is the best currency shop as per my research. But generally speaking, carry Thai baht to Thailand whenever you are traveling, guys. Do not carry any forex cards or any Indian money, because Indian money you'll get the very lowest exchange rate in Thailand. Try to exchange it to Thai baht in your local city, Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, wherever. Exchange Thai baht in your local city and then travel to Thailand. Or if you have US dollars, that also works out very good. Remember, euros and other currencies, UK pounds are okay, but US dollars are the best rate. You will get the best rate in Thailand with regards to US dollars. If you want to exchange, if you want to know where to exchange money in Thailand, I've made a dedicated video again, guys, best currency exchange place in Thailand. Please do check that out. That gives you various exchange centers. I've compared a lot of exchange centers and I've told you which is the best currency exchange shop in Thailand. But in general, always carry Thai baht when you're going to Thailand. Do not carry Indian money and exchange there. You will get a very, very bad rate and you'll end up losing a lot of money. So please be very careful, and you can use forex cards. It works flawlessly in Thailand. I had made a dedicated video on Neo DCB. It works flawlessly, guys. But still, my recommendation is to carry cash to Thailand. Cash is king in Thailand. Tip number 5 I have for you is vehicle rental scam. Like Goa, people think Thailand as Goa. So what they do is when they go to islands like Pattaya or Phuket or Koh Samui, in Bangkok mostly nobody will take vehicles for rent because there's good commute. But when you go to Phuket, when you go to Koh Samui, or when you go to any island for that matter, the first thing that people do when they go to Goa is take vehicles for rent, because they would have gone on flight or bus and you want to take vehicles for rent. Now, whenever you're taking vehicle for rent in Thailand, ensure you do not hand over your original passport, because a lot of times what happens is, even if you take a video of the vehicle, complete video of the vehicle, and then take the vehicle, when you return the vehicle, there has been hundreds and thousands of scams from the people from the West who are staying in Thailand, and Indians have also been scammed because of vehicle rental issues. So vehicle rental, I do not recommend you take any vehicle for rental. Don't assume it's going to work like Goa, guys. It's not going to work. So when they take your original passport, first of all, don't give original passport and take vehicle for rent. If at all you want to take the vehicle for rent very badly, do not give your passport. Take the vehicle for rent, and then when submitting it, take a video thoroughly and show to the cops or whoever tries to argue with you later you have done damage. Then try to show the video and have always solid proofs with you. But do not give passport, your original passport, and take any vehicle for rent. It is extremely dangerous in Thailand. Please be very cautious, very proactive when you're taking vehicles for rent. It doesn't work like Goa. Hundreds of people get scammed every single day. So please be careful, guys. Tip number 6 is wearing expensive stuff in Thailand. Now, you can see so many cases on the news, like Indians were robbed their gold chain, their necklaces, their rings, their earrings. Lot of things have come into picture very recently from the last 6 to 8 months. So do not wear any expensive stuff in Thailand like a gold chain or a ring or a bracelet or anything. There has been a lot of scams, and whenever you go to these go-go's or bars, people have lost these things and have filed a police complaint, and they were not able to recover this at the end of the day. So do not wear any expensive stuff to Thailand. Keep all the expensive stuff in India and then travel to Thailand. What happens is a lot of guys go approach freelancers, and during this exchange point there has been a lot of scams where they have just stolen or flicked your valuable ornaments or valuable gold chains. Thailand has also issued a travel advisory saying that do not wear expensive stuff when you're coming to Thailand. Please keep your expensive stuff, whether it's Rolex or Rado watches or whether it's gold chains or gold ornaments or any valuable things. Please do not wear it to Thailand. Try to avoid this. Keep it at your home country and then come to Thailand. The last tip and the most important tip in this video I have for you is the Thailand Digital Arrival Card, which is also called as TDAC. Now, whatever information you fill in TDAC is going to be very important and is going to be very crucial. For example, if you're going to Thailand, let's say Bangalore to Bangkok, then Bangkok to Kuala Lumpur to Philippines to Japan, and from Japan you're coming to Bangalore. All these things needs to be filled properly in Thailand Digital Arrival Card. Now it's been a lot of instances recently. I've spoken to my subscribers who have been to Thailand in the last few days and have informed me that TDAC has to be taken very seriously. If you are going to a particular hotel, fill the same hotel in TDAC. Fill the exact dates in TDAC. Do not fill one day before and one day after. Exactly those dates or those information, exact information, pinpoint information needs to be filled in your Thailand Digital Arrival Card. Now, Thailand Digital Arrival Card, not many people take it seriously, guys, because the old TM6 form was just mandatory. When we go to the airport, fill the TM6 form and then submit it to the immigration. But TDAC is completely online and you can fill it 72 hours before your travel. So you can calculate almost 3 days before your travel. If you're traveling on 20th, you can fill it by 17th or 18th. So please remember this and fill. You will get an acknowledgement. Show that acknowledgement in the immigration and clear your immigration very smoothly. Do not get into any kind of trouble or any kind of conflict. So I hope all these 7 essential tips were very, very helpful to you. So again, guys, follow these tips a lot. For SIM cards, check the links in the description. You will get a very, very good rate. And if you want to book any attractions in Thailand, for that also I've linked all the attractions of Thailand in the links in the description below. I'll also try to add it in the comments. So be careful, always be proactive and save your money and time, because in Thailand, if you do not follow these tips, you might end up losing a lot of money and most importantly, your crucial time in a foreign country. I hope this video was very, very helpful, guys. Please do not forget to subscribe. I'll catch you guys in my next video.